Nigerian decide 2023. PDP threatens to reject presidential election result. So what is happening is that PDP is also claiming that the election fraud are taking place and they are being denied of their victory as well. So now with the results coming in from various states of the country into the National Coalition Center at Abuja, I know that at that National Coalition Center, all the political parties have their party agents there, okay? And so as the result is coming, they are seeing it and they're transmitting information to their party leadership. With Dino Melaye being the nominated person to represent PDP at the National Coalition Center at Abuja, Dino Melaye has spoken on behalf of the PDP that they will reject the presidential election result. Let's see what he has to say more. The PDP agent at the National Coalition Center in Abuja, Dino Melaye, said this while raising concerns about the presidential election result in Kwara. Okay, Nigerians' main opposition party, PDP, has threatened to reject the result of the presidential election. The PDP agent at the National Coalition Center in Abuja, Dino Melaye, said this on Monday while raising concerns about the presidential election results coming from Kwara State. Mr. Melaye argued that the failure of Inec to promptly upload online results from polling unit makes the result questionable. He said that the PDP will contest the authenticity of the Inec result. As I speak to you, those results were not uploaded for several hours. Mr. Melaye added, yesterday I complained to the chairman and two other commissioners, and in my presence, they called the resident electoral commissioner in Imo, where even the director of the ICT was saying they should use offline to upload. So if results were not uploaded, we as parties cannot be challenged, okay, that the process is over. The process is not over because it is faulty and results were not uploaded. Can you imagine? Okay. So on Sunday, Inec admitted the slow uploading of polling unit results, okay, on its result viewing portal IREB. The commission said the problem is due to technical hitches. So how long will technical hitches continue to hold down election transmission? It is indeed not unusual for glitches to occur and be corrected in such situation, Inec said in a statement. It, however, assures Nigerians that the challenges are not due to any instruction or sabotage of our system and that the IREV remains well secured. Can you imagine? Are we sure? Another agent of the PDP, Emeka Ihedioha, raised the same concerns, saying results presented at the polling unit are contrary to what is being presented at the Coalition Center in Abuja. As we speak, efforts are still ongoing to undermine that process in a number of states, Mr. Hede has said. It is clear that there were problems with uploading the results, which is fundamental to where we are. It is clear to us that in the course of coalition officers were forced by people who think they are more powerful to return results, Mr. Hedioha added. At the Coalition Center, the spokesperson of the PDP, Mr. Melaye, also raised concerns about the election result in Ekiti State, which was announced at the National Coalition Center on Sunday. I worked on the results as presented yesterday, and I discovered that we have 987,747 registered voters in Ekiti and 301,558 are accredited. He said, alleging there was overvoting, and since we have 301,558 accredited, the result as presented yesterday, APC had 201,494. So if you subtract that from 301,000, what you have is left is 100,064. Out of 100,064, PDP scored 89,554. And if you subtract that from 100,064, what is left is 10,510 votes. And now it was also recorded that Labour had 11,000 when the total number left is 10,510, leaving an over figure of 887. So apart from this surplus, we have not even calculated the votes of other political parties. So we recall that yesterday you told us that ADC scored 1,037. Okay, so Mr. Melaye told the Inec chairman that the figures did not add up, alleging that there was overvoting and the total number of votes for political parties outnumbered the number of accredited votes or voters. Can you imagine? So thank God they have people who are there watching to see how things are done. Okay, watching to see how things are done at the National Coalition Center. So one key thing I can decipher from this threat coming from PDP is that the results coming from the state resident electoral commissioners to the National Coalition Center is different from what they're having at the National Coalition Center. So what is happening at state level is different from what is happening at the National Coalition Center. How can that be? Why the discrepancy? How will it be reconciled? Those are questions yet to be answered. But Dino Melaye is now revolting, saying he will not accept the result, especially from Kwara State and from Ekiti State. From Ekiti State, Dino Melaye is already alleging overvoting. Having worked the mathematics, it is clear that the numbers are not tallying, the numbers are not adding up. Okay, simple addition and subtraction process has shown that overvoting of about 887 votes occurred in Ekiti State. So this is exactly what is coming, and PDP is therefore threatening to reject the presidential election result because of these anomalies that Inec has not been able to clear. Okay, and supporting Melaye is Mr. Emeka Ihedioha. I know that he's a PDP person and one-time governorship candidate in Imo State. Okay, he's also supporting the same thing that Melaye is saying, since both of them are representing PDP at the National Coalition Center. So the question now is, why the anomalies? How are they going to be identified and corrected? Because we have also seen that at the different polling units, so many people refuse to upload results. Okay, because one, the political thugs held some Inec officials hostage. Some Inec officials have been bought by politicians and so trying to do their bidding. And at the same time, BVAS machine, they say they failed. Some say they don't have password. Some say they didn't have the BVAS machine at all. Okay, and at some point we saw where the electorate, the voter themselves, stood by electoral INEC staff to upload the result before them. We saw also situations where people were tipexing election result, the ballot papers at Apapa side of Lagos, trying to alter the numbers. So quite unfortunate that all of this happened across the country. Mahmoud Yakubu has no explanation yet to Nigerians. Okay, has no explanation for Nigerians to explain why we have so much abnormalities different from the promise that INEC and Buhari made that they will conduct free and fair election in Nigeria. We are also going to hear explanation from the National Security Advisor, Babagana Munguno, who was in charge of election security, and we didn't see that security so much across because we had electoral violence almost everywhere yesterday. On Saturday, because today now is Monday. Okay, so this is what is coming from Dino Melaye, the PDP candidate that is representing PDP at the National Coalition Center as an election observer. Okay, so they're threatening that they will reject the presidential election result because it's full of numbers that are not adding up. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment.